At Bendigo Bank, we like to help communities grow. We concentrate on delivering you great products and services.
I like you so very much. So much, in fact, I gotta wake you up. It's not that I have words.
Because we know that if you grow,
Wanna see you looking
the community will grow with you. At the Bendigo, it starts with you.
And a very good morning to you on this Saturday morning as we welcome you once again to the Geelong Cricket Show. Everything that happens in the world of cricket happens here on the Geelong Cricket Show. Joining me at the table of knowledge this morning, the man who knows everything about the Bellarine Peninsula Cricket Association and keeps his finger on the pulse of all sporting activities, Tim Mitchell. Good morning, Tim. How are you, mate?
Yeah, very good, Graham. Good morning, and good morning again to all the viewers out there in TV land. As you said, very interested in the BPCA, and coming out of the first weekend of round 13 last week, top six appears to be set. That's the big news in the BPCA, but we'll be going over all that just a little bit later in the show.
And viewers, if you take a note of the tie is one of the original World Series cricket ties as issued by the great Kerry Packer. That's a great keepsake, Tim.
Just managed to stumble onto it in an op shop roll, though, so couldn't get much luckier than that when you walk into the tie rack and just see a World Series cricket tie. Couldn't pass that up, so here it is.
And our special guest this morning is a life member from the Tommy Tigers, the Violet Crumbles, as I'm thinking Philpott would call them in the world of football, but they're not the Violet Crumbles in the world of cricket, because the Thompson Tigers are prevailing at the top of Division 2 and pressing for Division 1 in season 2009-2010. A very warm welcome. David Boyd, how are you, Boydie?
Yes, very good, Graham. Thanks for that introduction. It's pretty good. Thanks for having us on, and we're looking forward to talking about cricket.
Love the Thompson Tigers green and yellow top there, mate. It stands out beautifully.
Yeah, just like a violet crumble.
Each hard out, Big Dick.
Yeah.
Turning our attention in our first segment first to Premier Cricket. And what a round. It is the final round, and it was the first day of a two-day game. Geelong taking on Carlton. And in all 4 11s, the Geelong cricket team have played themselves into winning positions, which could and would, if they take the successful first innings points, mean that all 4 11s would be participating in Premier Cricket finals. And in the first 11 game, Geelong posted 8 for 362, with Tom Elliott batting at number 6, making a very fine 108. He's now brought his season's aggregate to 619 runs at an average of 51.6, batting at number 5 and 6 throughout the season. Been the backbone of their batting. But, Tim, a great effort from Geelong, really putting on the pressure up at Carlton at Princes Park.
Oh, it certainly was, Graham. All the pressure was on the Cats really to perform, and the start of the year they had really demanded that they take a final spot and take the finals by the scruff of the neck, and especially to back up making a grand final last year, and not many changes to that Cats side as well. So it's good to see that they really have performed when the pressure's on, and just now it's up to them to just take it up another level this week, make sure they do defend the runs against Carlton, and really push themselves into finals. And then who knows, come finals time, even if they do finish in the lower echelon of that top 8, I think the Cats have got a talented enough side that they really can push sides like Ringwood that are sitting top of the table at the moment.
So it's go Cats. Damien Shanahan and his boys up there at the Carlton Cricket Ground. And I know you bowl well up there. You've done it before. You can do it again. And with 362 on the board, 8 down, Geelong could bet on for some extra overs and get some extra runs on the board. But then, if they do that, they've got to get the full 10 wickets of the Carlton Cricket Club. So it's a balanced decision. But as we say, go Cats in Premier Cricket Victoria. Turning our attention to the Bellarine Cricket Association. And yes, day one of this round 13, and what a day it turned out. Some very interesting results, Tim, and I suppose Barrable resuming at 2 for 58 this afternoon, chasing Ocean Grove's 198. Line ball, which way is it going to go?
Oh, you'd have to say Barrable have the upper hand at the moment. It was really just a battle for pride for them. They're sitting sort of bottom three, I think, at the moment, and a really important fixture for Ocean Grove. They needed to come out, really seize the initiative pretty early, needing an outright win, and also Jan Juck to lose to be any chance of taking finals. So it was obviously a massive task for the Grubbers, and they probably left their run a little bit late, it looks like, at the moment. But to be 2 for 58, chasing 198, you'd really have to back Barrable in, I think, to get those runs, even though it's at Ocean Grove.
And in the big match, 5 playing 6, Port Arlington making 208. That man again with the willow, Damien Vasilou. Well done, Vazza. 125. You're nearly as good a batsman as what your old dad Basil was. Jan Juck, 2 for 27. Ligo and Lucas at the crease. A critical partnership to get 209 for victory for JJ.
On Port Arlington, I know it as well. If they can get those too early, then you can see Port Arlington just taking all the initiative in this clash, and then that's where they're going to push for that 4th spot as well, with Queenscliff in a little bit of trouble against Colandina. It's really a battle. If Port Arlington do win and the other result goes their way, they'll finish 4th and more than likely play St Albans. But if Jan Juck get up, they can manage to avoid Barwon Heads and might play Colandina in that first week of the final. So it's a pretty important clash either way it goes. As you say, Graham, those are 2 that are in at the moment. They're going to be crucial. But for Jan Juck as well, Aaron Muncie made runs last round. Nathan Harns making runs as well. So there's a couple of positives there for Jan Juck. The thing for Port Arlington that they'll want to improve on throughout the final series, now they are in there, is that Damien Vasilou can't be the only one making runs, and I think only 3 made over double figures last game, so it's pretty important for them that they have solid contributors across the board.
Barwon Heads head the Division 1 of the Bellarine Peninsula Cricket Association, and they scored 8 for 341. Should be far too strong for St Albans Breakwater.
Oh, you think so? The ground at Barwon Heads has been extremely quick all year, and sort of 280, 300's probably been a pass score, and one that Barwon Heads have managed to bring up a lot of times this season. The thing that Barwon Heads will be really happy with is that Jason Mallett only got 30 on his return, but for him to return and actually get some runs is very good, and hopefully that holds him in good stead for a good final series. But Chris Welsford stands up again, Sam Shallis stands up, so a lot of people contributing with the bat down there at Barwon Heads. For St Albans, they were unlucky that Jason Murray went down pretty early in the day, actually injured his hand during the week. It was just an injury at home that was just a pretty freak accident, and he's actually gone into the doctor. The results of that still haven't come out, whether he has actually broken his hand or not, but all the best to Jason and St Albans. Hopefully he does come up for the final series, because he's one of the more talented cricketers in the Bellarine Peninsula.
4th place Queenscliff only got 166 on the board. 2nd place Colandina resume at number for 6. They'd be confident.
Oh, Colandina will get those runs easily. You look at how deep they bat, and for them not to get 166 would be inexcusable. The thing about Colandina going down to Queenscliff is their pitches play very similarly. They're both fairly wide, and those sort of more, I'll say, rubbery pitches where they just take that little bit of tennis ball bounce. So Will Hanley just used those conditions to perfection last week, finished with 7 for 60 for Colandina, and Michael Farrell was the only one that got runs there, made 83 for Queenscliff, but they're going to need a massive start, and Tim Clark and Ash McDonald are really going to have to take some early wickets if Queenscliff are any chance of holding 4th spot.
And as we go to a break, congratulations in B grade of the Bellarine Peninsula Cricket Association. Dean Gray from St Leonard's, when they scored 3 for 249. Dismissing Newcombe for 91. Dean Gray made 111 and took 7 for 45. An outstanding performance. Vinny Lazaro cracked 158 not out for Barwon Heads in the C grade, as they scored 8 for 483. And the old walrus, yes, the warhorse, is still going round. Ronnie Verdyson, he took 3 for 26 for Port Arlington, as Barwon Heads were all out for 149. We'll go to a break on the Geelong Cricket Show. We'll be back after this.
At Bendigo Bank, we like to help communities grow. We concentrate on delivering you great products and services.
I like you so very much. So much, in fact, I gotta wake you up. It's not that I have words.
Because we know that if you grow,
Wanna see you looking
the community will grow with you. At the Bendigo, it starts with you.